Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Antoinette, a Sierra Leonean YouTuber. If you're new here, thanks for stopping by. If you're not new here, then thanks for keeping a watchful eye on your baby. I appreciate you guys so much. And as the topic suggests, today we're going to be gossiping African husbands. Yes, we're going to be talking things you should know about African husbands, okay? And so with me, I have the sweetie. I have my sweet palm wine. So you can grab a cup of tea if you don't have palm wine and manage it. Okay? And so we're going to be talking top 10 things you should know about African husbands. Now, you might be dating an African guy, contemplating marriage, or you just want knowledge. Maybe you just want to know about African husbands. And before we start, I'd like to say these things that I've listed might not necessarily be present in your African husband, okay? These things are typical. They are present in typical African husbands or typical African marriages, okay? So without further ado, let's get into the video. So the first thing that we're going to be talking about is African husbands are homely. Like, they are not the chilling type. They love spending time with their family members. They love eating home-cooked meals. They just love staying at home, okay? They're not so street now. Let's just call it that for short. They love to be at home with their family members, okay? And then the second thing that a typical African husband is all about is they are very much responsible. Like, that is just a thumbs up to a typical African husband. They are very responsible. Like, they are not, I believe this is because they don't encourage the 50-50 thing. So they feel that ego, and so they go out and hustle to provide for their families. Yeah, they don't encourage their wives to go out, hustle, and bring money home. Like, that's just a setback for them. They go out, they hustle, no matter what they provide, even if they bring in Gary at home, okay? They just know that that is their responsibility, and so they go ahead and do it. Secondly, then the third thing is African husband. A typical African husband values marriage. Yes, for a typical African setting, marriage is a very big achievement, okay? Marriage is a very big achievement. And here in Africa, like, it's like for men, it's a stepping stone to many great things in life. Even offices, I'm not saying all, but most offices, they prefer giving certain positions to men that are married. Mainly because they believe once you're married, you have responsibilities. You take care of your wife, you take care of your kids, and so if they hand over a position of trust to you, then there is all possibility you can do it with all dignity, and that's just it. They just think married men do it better because they have learned how to be responsible in their homes. And so because of this reason, typical African husbands place so much value on their wives because they believe their wives are adding values to their lives. Something like, yeah, I hope you understand. They put premium or value on their wives because they believe with them they will be able to accomplish things in life. So that's why I believe these men value marriage, okay? And then the next thing is African husbands don't say sorry even when they are wrong. Typical African husband, my God, you don't want to settle down for a typical African husband. Even if you caught him cheating, your own parents will be the one telling you to apologize because the man is just supreme, man. The husband is just supreme. Like, he's a demigod. Even if he's wrong, your own family members that you want to lean on, they will be the one, go and apologize. He's your husband after all. So let me just Cheers to all African husbands. So that's it, guys. A typical African husband does not apologize. Okay, I believe that's the fourth thing. And then the fifth thing is, in a typical African marriage, if the child does something bad, the wife is to be blamed. Yes, you heard me right. The husband just behaves like he has not been part of the childbearing process. If the child does something bad or misbehaves, you hear the husband says, I don't blame you. In fact, I'm not surprised. You are just like your mother. She has not given you good training. I am not surprised. You are not my child. I don't even know who impregnated your mother, because this is not my... Yes, that's how it works here in Africa. But if this child happens to do something correct, you'll hear that, Dad, you are the true daughter of your father. I am so proud of you. I raised you well. Like, the partiality and selfishness, man, is just unimaginable. When something goes good or the right way, they take all the praise, and when it happens the other way around, they blame the wife. Yeah, that's it. And so the sixth thing is, if you get married to an African man, baby, you should know how to cook. Like, there's no way you're dodging this one. You must cook. African men, as I mentioned the first thing, they are homely, and because they are homely, they love home cooked meals. And when you get married to an African man, a typical African man, you don't just walk to him every other day and say, honey, let's go grab dinner. You are supposed to prepare that, my dear. You need to cook, because they are used to eating at home, and so they don't expect their wives to be requesting dinner at a restaurant or anywhere. You can't. I hope you understand. And then the seventh thing is, getting married to an African man means he wants to have sex when and how he wants it. Like, a little louder, right? African men believe that they should have sex with their wives when and how they want to. They don't believe in seeking the consent of the wife, because they know they have paid. Yes, bride price. That money, the hustle is real. So when they pay your bride price, they expect to have sex when and how they want it. Okay? And then the eighth thing is, when you're married to an African man, you need to bear children, my love. Bear children. Even if you have a peaceful man, a calm man that doesn't give heed to things, that doesn't take things too personal, you have to give birth. Okay? You have to bear children, because even if he is not complaining, one day, my sister, his parents will just start attacking you. His parents will go through him to uproot your roots from that marriage. Okay? So when you get married to a typical African man, get it at the back of your mind that you must have children. Like, you don't just walk up to your African husband and say, honey, I want to appreciate all that you've been doing for me. You're so great. I love you, and I'll do anything to keep this marriage. But babe, there is just one thing that I want you to understand. I can't have babies. Like, baby, I don't want to lose my beauty. Baby, I don't want to have stretch marks. You can't say that to an African man. Go and say it to the white people, okay? Here in Africa, when you get married, you're expected to give birth, okay? And then, guys, the final thing that we're going to be talking about is a typical African husband demands respect. Like, you heard me. Demands. They demand respect. Like, I know you'll be saying, but wait, girl, every man wants his wife to respect him. Yes. And as a matter of fact, the Bible said women should respect their husbands. And I believe that is because men understand respect for love. Yeah. For a man, as long as you respect him, he thinks you love him, because that's the way they understand things. But the African man, the typical African man, his own respect is from another dictionary. Like, you have to respect him. Not only respect him, you must respect his family members. Okay? Not only his parents, you should respect his siblings. And for me, this particular thing, I believe, is one of the reasons why this is one. Let me take something so that my eyes clear well. You should respect your African husband. You should respect his parents. Not only his parents, you should respect his siblings. And to a large extent, this has caused so many problems in African marriages. The family members of the African husbands, to a large extent, controls their marriages. They decide how their homes are run. Like, when their parents or their siblings say something, my dear, you just have to bow. There is no other way about it, as long as you are in a typical African marriage. The reason why I continuously mention the word typical is just so you know that modernization has helped a lot of homes. Most African men are now rethinking their responsibilities and making amends, like making necessary changes to these things. Okay, but for that typical African husband that does not know book and book doesn't know him, my sister, these are the things that you should know about that particular husband before you graduate into marrying him. You must bear children. Like, you not go balance standing, you for born. If you're not born, something is wrong, man. They start calling you names, they bring another wife at home, they do everything. And so these are the things that I listed, guys. I know you might be thinking in your head, girl, I have this at the back of my mind. This is what I know about African men. So that's why there's a comment section down below. Comment down below the things that you know that I should also know about African husbands. Comment down below just so we continue the convo down there. Let's continue talking. And I love you guys. If you love this video, give it a big thumbs up, comment and subscribe. If you love this video, guys, give it a big thumbs up, comment, subscribe, and keep this thing going. Let's grow this family. And once again, it is your girl Antoinette. If my mind is doing something, man. Bye guys, like this video, comment and subscribe, and then see you in my next video. Stay peaceful, lovelies. Mwah.